Hello, Namaskar, Sat Shri Akal and Salam to everyone. Welcome to Captain Classes. I hope everyone is doing great and preparing well for the RTR exam, which is coming in October session, which is starting from 8th. And the admit card of this session has been published on the WPC site. You can search admit card for RTR exam on Google. You can get the link for the admit card. And so today I'm going to tell you about the Airproxxxxx condition. It is very important condition in terms of RTR exam. It comes many times, so often you can say. And in this condition, it's a condition in which two aircraft comes in proximity. So normally a lateral separation is 15 nautical miles, and when that separation is not maintained, in that case you can make a Airproxxxxx report. So this Airproxxxxx report is totally depending upon your observation, what you have seen, and you have to give full and detailed information of that incident. Means what kind of aircraft it was and where it was heading to, and if you can see the registration, then please tell the registration type of the aircraft and what was the attitude of the aircraft, whether it was climbing, descending, or whether it was maintaining the flight level. So you have to give detailed information. I was telling you about the lateral separation, that lateral separation should be 15 nautical miles, but it is the lateral means if you are flying in the same route, but it is there are some more condition in which if you are two aircraft is moving towards the same navigational aid, so it is very much deep, so I don't think that is required. So simply if you want to understand that the lateral separation is the minimum lateral separation should be 15 nautical miles. So if in case you are not maintaining the 15 nautical miles lateral separation, or if the other aircraft is not maintaining, then the Airproxxxxx report can be made. So I've written the format and the example. And first of all, before going to the format, I want to tell you there are two conditions in Airproxxxxx. There is one is safety not assured, and the other is risk of collision. So safety not assured is a condition in which the lateral separation is less than 15 nautical miles but more than 5 nautical miles. But in risk of collision, the lateral separation is less than 5 nautical miles. In that case, we have to use, or we will say, or we can define, or you can say we can put that this is risk of collision. So how many ways we can detect that this condition is an Airproxxxxx report? So simply if any aircraft crossed you, if you have sighted an aircraft which is crossing you, in that case you can make an Airproxxxxx report. Or the other thing is which is very important, if you got TA in your display. What is TA? TA is traffic advisory. It is the part of TCAS or function of TCAS system, which is a traffic collision avoidance system. So you can get a TA that there is a traffic. So in your display you will get the indication of the TAs that there are traffics which is in the close proximity. You can make the Airproxxxxx report. There is an RA also, which is a resolution advisory, which is also a function of TCAS, but TCAS type 2. The aircraft should be equipped with the TCAS type 2, then only you can get RA also. RA is a thing in which the system itself tells you that you have to either to climb in that condition or to descend. What action you have to do, the system will automatically guide you. There will be a verbal or oral you can say alerts, so you can do as per the instruction given by the instruments. So in the question paper you will generally see the TA, and that you're flying at some airspace or flying at some area, and you got some TA on your display and stating there is an aircraft with the registration or something like that. So you can use that registration and you can give the report to the ATC. So let's find out the format. What is the format? So you can see here I've written the format, and this part is the example. And So this is the format of the Airproxxxxx condition, and we can see that Airproxxxxx means in air proximity, means two aircraft is in proximity. So the format says in every format, if it is not a mayday or a pan, so we have to start with a station called. The same we are doing here also, station called, and it is the only format in which after station call we are not giving our call sign, we are giving the condition. So in this you can see the Airproxxxxx, we are using Airproxxxxx. Then safety not assured, as I have told you earlier, that safety not assured is used when your separation is more than 5 nautical miles but less than 15 nautical miles, and the risk of collision is a term is used in which the separation is less than 5 nautical miles. So as per the condition, if question states that there is a separation of this much nautical miles, as per the category you can use either of these. If it is not given in the question paper, if it is not given in the question that this much distance is not given, or any kind of distance not given, in such a case you can use either of these two terms. So safety not assured and risk of collision. Then call sign and frequency. Type of aircraft, which our type of aircraft we are flying, IMC, VMC. IMC is instrument meteorological condition and VMC is visual meteorological condition. This we have to decide as per our flight rules. Flight rule will be given in the your flight plan, which flight rules you are using, and if it is I, then you have to say I. If it is V, you have to use V. So as per your flight rule, we'll use IMC or VMC. Then position, you have to give your position in terms of same DME, position, reporting point, time, flight level and route. Then you have to give the true air speed also, which can be anything, but as a thumb rule we are giving true air speed as 480 or 480 knots. Yes. And at what time you experience or that incident happen, that time you have to give, and give brief description of the incident. Now you have to give the description of the incident, but it should be a brief, not a big one, but it should be a detailed, or you can say the important point should be mentioned while giving the description of the incident. So this is the format, and now we'll use this format in the example. So this side we have written the example, and this example is from chart number 1, and chart number 1 from Delhi to Mumbai. If you know the location indicator of Delhi, this is the Delhi's location indicator and this is Mumbai's location indicator. Your call sign is Air India 4961, 1850 is your scheduled time, clock off time, and route is Alpha 474, flight level is 340, type of aircraft is Airbus. I have not given the flight rules. So for example, if I take it as flight rule is I, okay, so I cannot use V because I am at flight level 340. So for visual flying rules, we have to maintain, or we have to be at flight level 150 or below. So we cannot use a VFR because we are flying at flight level 340. So for VFR we have to be at flight level 150 or below. So in this case we are not using V, we will be using I. Now the condition is you are at 10 nautical mile from Pratapgarh, and one Indian Air Force fighter aircraft. This is IAF, is the short form for Indian Air Force fighter aircraft, that crossed you at your flight level in ascending phase. So if we find out the condition location of our aircraft is, it is on chart number 1, and chart number 1 it says Pratapgarh it is here. So if we see the chart, in chart number 1 we will find out that 10 nautical mile from Pratapgarh will be at Ahmedabad control. So we will contact Ahmedabad control and we will say Airproxxxxx as per our format, whatever we have written the format, Airproxxxxx, and if the distance is not given, the separation is not mentioned, so we can use either of these two, safety not assured or risk of collision. So I am using safety not assured. Then Air India 4961, which is my call sign, and the frequency on 134.2, which is the Ahmedabad controls frequency. We can find it on the chart. Then type of aircraft is Airbus. IMC I have taken because flight cruise is I, so I have taken IMC. Then position is 10 DME, distance outbound Papa Romeo Alpha, which is the Papa Pratapgarh's VOR code. 1945 I have taken the hypothetical time because my chalk stop time was 1840, so I have taken 1945. And then flight level is 340, Alpha 474 is the route. True airspeed 480 knots. At 1944, sighted an Indian Air Force fighter aircraft crossed me through my flight level in climbing phase, because it says ascending, so it's a climbing phase, approximately 11 nautical miles ahead, and flew towards Bhopal. So I have given us you can say detailed information about where it was heading to, approximately how much distance it was, because I have taken safety not assured. I cannot take less than 5 nautical miles or more than 50 nautical miles, so this is the in between that figure, and it flew towards Bhopal. So as per my position, Bhopal is towards my left, so it has taken a left turn towards Bhopal. So this is how the Airproxxxxx condition has to be made, and how to Airproxxxxx report has to be made, and this is the condition and format. Everything is I've explained. So I hope you like this video. If in case you liked, please click on like, subscribe to the Captain Classes, and if in case you have any suggestion, please comment on the video. And I actually suggest you to ask me question related to that video on the comment section. I've seen many people are asking me different question on the different video. I have to explain that topic on a different video, but if you ask me the related topic in that video, so I can answer that video. I can answer on the other video also, but if I answer that condition or that question in that video, so it will be better for the other people who have already who are also having the same doubt. So they will go through those comments and they can find out the answer, but they cannot jump onto the other video where you have asked the question. So it's just a request that if you ask me the related question on the related topic or the video, so that I can answer at any video, but it will be helpful for the other people who are also watching the channel's video. So just a request, if in case you can do that thing, it's very beneficial for me, for the other people, but basically for you guys only, because if everyone asks me any question, I can answer, but if I answer on the same topics video, so it will be very easy to find out the answers on that related topic, but it is very difficult to find out the answers for the single topic on all the other videos, right? So just a request, and I wish you all the best, whoever is having exams in this session, October session. And if in case you have any queries, you can contact me on my WhatsApp, anywhere. You can comment on my videos, and till then, all the best, take care and fly high. Thank you.